Hydroponic garden update. All right, for real this time. Going to walk you through kind of what I do and what I use. I have reservoir change that's been overdue. I've been sick for a week. So now we're getting to the work I should have done but did not do. So here we go. This is mostly what I'm going to use in this system. I know it looks like a lot of bottles. You do not have to use all the things. I'm just a dork and I do. So this here, this dechlorinator product, this helps take chlorine and chloramines out of the water. Very little goes a very long way, as in like a half a teaspoon for like 5 gallons. And here we have 4 gallons because that's my reservoir size. So with the rules, you're going to add a silicate and your CalMag first. And then we have our bases, which are what actually is the complete nutrition for our plants. We have a fulvic acid, which does many wonderful things. One of the reasons why I use it is it helps with mineral absorption across broader pH bands. So pH goes up and down in your water, and this kind of helps the food stay available for your plants. I'm going to throw in a little bit of vitamins and aminos. We're going to open this up and use this enzyme. Kind of helps keep the root system clean. We're going to use this Excel. This is sort of a stimulator. It kind of helps your plants do more. So this is one of my favorite products. It's one of the reasons I love the BioNova line. Very cost effective, very good results. Little goes a long way. And then we got a little pH adjuster over here to go down. But like I said, the rules, CalMag and silicate first. So let's do the thing. So I'm going to use a pipette for the silicate because it's only 1 ml per gallon is needed. Right? So this is going to be 3 mils. I don't need to use more. I don't need to use all 4 for just growing herbs and greens. But we're going to start with that, right? And our trusty slotted metal spoon. We're going to give everything a good swishy swirl stir, right? And you want to add your silicate and your CalMag first, because they will impact pH in your solution, and you want to prevent things from locking out. And then this is called a pipette, and you can get them in different sizes. It might be hard to see, but they actually have measurements along this pipette. So it'll be graduated in like 0.5 ml and 1 milliliter increments. Now I'm going to use 10 milliliters, 2 teaspoons of the CalMag, and getting yourself one of these little kind of graduated or measuring shot glasses really helps. They may not be like 100% accurate, but they're close enough. So then I'm going to just add. And now we're going to stir. Now I'm going to give that just a few moments to set. I'll just use that for the word for right now. So we're going to, oh yeah, you see here some artwork on, well, not my artwork, but anyway. So we're going to give that a few moments to sort of set, and then we're going to add our base nutrients, our A and our B, and then we're going to add the rest. So, okay, back to it. So when you're adding an A and a B nutrient, you're always going to want to add your A first and then your B. And do give a few minutes between adding the A and the B. You really want things to sort of settle before you really just try to put everything in at one time, especially with these. The rest of it, we're now at the easy part, getting to the easier part. So we're going to do the A, and then for this, I think I was at 14 milliliters per part, 14, and my plants are showing that they might be able to take a little more. This is extremely concentrated, very, very concentrated fertilizer. So right here, so I think I could push it to 16 mil. So let me do that. So here's what my A part looks like, right? It's pretty clean. And guess what? It goes into the square hole. I mean, it goes into the bucket. So we're going to do that. And guess what? Now we stir. I'm now going to give that a few minutes, and then we're going to do the B. This is what the B part looks like. Then if you're looking at fertilizers and you have like your NPK, right? So nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium. So if you combine these, we have an 8, 6, 12 NPK rating on this fertilizer. So it's very well balanced. It's really good for all purpose. I've had good results and good success with this. It's been a few minutes or so, about 5 minutes. Labels may recommend up to 15, but yeah, we're just going to do it. So into the soup. And then we stir. Woo! Everything's mixing well. I don't see any fallout. So we're going to give that probably 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to do the rest. Now we're going to do this BNXL, and they're asking for 4 mil per gallon, but it's got some organics in it, like some kelp and some things. So I'm only going to do 10 mil, that's 2 teaspoons for 4 gallons. So instead of 4 mil per gallon, which would be 16, I'm going to kind of cut it a little bit in half, and we're just going to go from there. And this is going to be my first time sort of introducing some light kind of organic bases in the system. I don't know how well it's going to work, but that's why we're going to go light. And this is the enzymes to help keep the roots clean. And again, we're going to go kind of half dose. They're asking for 2 mil per gallon. So we're going to go in at like 6 mil. So we're just going to go a little bit lighter. This is the fulvic acid. So oftentimes you'll find humic or fulvic acids. They work at different molecular weights for the elements in your growing medium or solution. So we're going to go in with a tablespoon here, so 15 mil. Then this is the vitamins and aminos, and we're going to go ahead and add that. Then we stir. So for these additives, I don't need to wait like I would with like the fertilizers. And then for the microbes, the bacteria, we're going to just add a tablespoon, 15 mil here. Okay, now this is pretty much ready to go. You might want to do a pH check at this time. For those of you who are newer, or if you're trying to diagnose problems, you can get the little drops. They'll change the color and they'll tell you what it's at. You can get a probe and tell you where you're at. I know that I'm roughly around 7, and I know my pH adjustment, so we're going to put that in. Okay, that is going to be ready for me to just add to the reservoir. So now I'm going to clean up my mess. Clean as you go. So we're going to be playing with water. So like anything fun, make sure you put a towel down before you get everything all wet. And then I am going to power down this. I'm going to lift the pump. So like how I do that on this is there's a thing. So we're going to lift the pump out of the solution, right? Oh yeah, my dipstick. Right, this is how I measure for like top offs. Right, so we would be at 3 gallons, which is perfect. Okay. Okay, so it's unplugged and we're powered off, and now I'm going to lift this out onto the towel, and then we're going to basically dump, wipe out, and refill with the new bucket. So we have it here, and then here's what's left. And it's pretty clean, so we're going to take care of that. All right, so we dumped the water. I rinsed it out and then gave it a wipe down to just try to keep things clean. Biofilms and things can build up, and I just prefer to be on that side. Now I'm going to attempt to very carefully pour this bucket into that without making a mess. Success! So the water, you can see it's pretty clear. It has a little bit of a tint to it, but that's okay. So now let's do the thing. Okay. We have it plugged in and turned on. It'll take a few minutes for the lights to kick on. I am going to go rinse this bucket out and then put that towel away. And pa-pow, there we are. So I'll have some maintenance to do. Like I got a lot of lettuce to eat. But yeah, part of the reason why I bump it up, see the deficiencies. I was a little sick and got behind. The basil had a little bit of stretch between its nodes, so that looked like it needed some nitrogen too. So that was it. Thanks for hanging out with Garden Chores today, and hanging out with me while I'm not at my best or my prettiest. So thank you.